Heya! This is Pokeball35, and welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This is taking place one day after launch. Everything you had seen beforehand was on launch day. I had gotten some sleep now. Like I said yesterday, I was going off at 2 hours of sleep after my stream. I had some dinner and went to sleep for another 3 hours, which did not really help that much, but then I just stayed up a bunch and edited pretty much nearly the whole previous stream. And then after that, I've gotten like another 8 to 9 hours of sleep. I'm all rested. I'm ready to play. This is all being streamed live at twitch.tv/Pokeball35. Link in the description. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so, because I do have a lot to offer, including this full playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom. I did not start on the title screen because I want to get my first reaction to the title screen, because the game cold opens you when you first open it. I've never seen the title screen to this game yet. So, we'll see it when it opens. Well, there it is. Being perfectly honest, the title screen to Breath of the Wild is better. Why did they do this? It's just the murals to the Upheaval or whatever that we saw in below Hyrule, and it's just that with a very, very tiny Tears of the Kingdom logo in the center. Whatever happened to title screen music? Breath of the Wild didn't have that, and this game doesn't have it either, and this game should have it. Why doesn't it play the whole main theme? Why is it just nothing? Well, anyway. I like that loading sound effect. I have not played the game at all since yesterday, when I stopped the stream, so we are exactly where we left off. I have, however, watched some other people play the game. Not beyond the point that I'm at right now, but I have found some things that we can take a look at from watching other people play. I have found some other funny game mechanics that I don't think I can do because I don't have the items in my inventory, I don't think. I don't. We'll have to take a look at it when I actually get the items. I'm still sopping wet. I don't know why I'm sopping wet. There we go. We're here at Lookout Landing. There's a couple Koroks I know of that I know exist, and I know we're supposed to go talk to Purah, and I know I just walked back from Hyrule Castle, from the outskirts of Hyrule Castle. Let me take a look at that. But I want to make my way over here. There's something over here. I didn't see what it is. But there is something over here. Great. The rain. And Rito Village is kind of fucked over there. I don't know what this is, but there's something over here that I completely looked over by Addison. A silent princess. This lovely flower was said to have been a favorite of the Princess of Hyrule. They were once feared to have got extinct, but it's not uncommon to spot them growing in the wild. I dedicate this monument to the memory of the souls lost to the Calamity. Zelda. That hits hard. I knew there was something over here, because it felt like there would be, but I never went and checked. There was a Korok up there on that thing. I will go get that eventually, because I was gonna... Never mind, I'll go get it now. I was gonna say I'll go get it eventually, because it just started raining. So up here, there is a Korok. Let me pick up. Can I pick it up with Ultra Hand? That's one way to get it. It, like, launched me in the air. Alright. I'm dead. I'm not dead. I'm in the water. Well, now I'll just do this to teleport back. There is a shrine over there. I specifically wanted to climb this pole. Because there was a Korok on this pole in Breath of the Wild. Castletown Watchtower. Do I have enough stamina to climb this? Do I have stamina food? I do have a stamina food. My curiosity is going to get the better of me. There's a Boko camp there. Nice flag. Link might make it to the top. He's not going to make it to the top. Alright, confirmed. There is no Korok up here. However, we do have a lay of the land. A little bit. Korok Forest is still covered in shadow. Let's give ourselves some waypoints, shall we? So we've got a thing there. There's a thing all the way over there. Out in the middle of the field. Over there. There's one on the opposite side. And one over there. Alright, so we have some objectives. Just gonna slide down the pole. Alright. We're gonna go talk to Purah. We're not gonna dilly-dally anymore. There may be Koroks. There's a lizard. Give me that hardy lizard. Or hightail lizard. Yes, I just shot that lizard. Yes, this rock is making me interested in picking it up. Oh boy, stalls. We're gonna use the Zonite sword. We can pick all this stuff up. Bokoblin Arm does 20 damage now? What do you mean it does 20 damage now? Get out of here. Like, I know they're extremely fragile and stuff. These did not used to do 20 damage before, though. Honestly, this sword is cool, but it's so bad. But I've got an idea. Wait a second. Hold on. Can I unfuse this? No, this isn't fused. It's just like this. Can I... fuse to Zonite sword? Yes! Zonite arm sword. I now am doing 26 damage with this thing. A Goron. Shit. This is not a shield you can surf with. Oh yeah, we got his 70 shield before. God damn it. Let's play Sidetrack the video game. I need to talk to this Goron.
Yeah.
Naden. Hey. Don't it feel like it's been one weird thing after another since the upheaval? The other day, my precious hammer that I've loved and carried since forever, just up and rotted. It was beyond fixing, so I slapped a rock onto a wooden stick and have me a new hammer. Might not be pretty, but it beats the old rotten old hammer any day of the week. If that's how they're doing everything... Also, these things look like giant Moai statues from a distance. That's how they're doing everything in this game. Of like... You didn't like the weapon durability system in the first game? Well, here's all the weapons from the first game, but now they have less durability. So you slap them together with other random shit. Like this. Get me up here, m'lady. Link! Well, did you find anything?
What?
You're telling me Princess Zelda was at the castle, and then she transformed into light and flew off? I've gotta say, your stories are always so wild. But if you're telling me that's what you saw, then I gotta believe it. Sounds like we need to change our approach. Since the princess flew off, maybe we should redirect our efforts and dig into the Upheaval for now, at least. I've already got a few regions in mind to start exploring. I bet we'll pick up clues about where she flew off to when we look around. Oh yeah, you still got the Purr pad, right? Can I see it for a sec? It's a little worse for wear, but it seems to still be functioning fine. Map, aha! Alright, I forgot that before we can look at your overall map of Hyrule, we need to add map data from right around Lookout Landing. And for that, we need our Skyview Tower. Joshua, what's the status on the Skyview Tower right now? Let me see. Outwardly, the structure looks to be complete. Oh, but the travel point is still undergoing final adjustments. Travel point needs tweaking. Sounds like you better get cracking. Sorry about this, Linky. I'll fix it up real quick, so just hang tight. In the meantime, why don't you rest up? You must be pretty tired. The emergency shelter is just the spot for you. It is free beds and a kitchen, so it's well stocked for getting some rest and rejuvenating yourself. If you want more info... Talk to the soldier who's watching over everything at the center, right where the emergency shelter entrance is. If you need clothing for your travels, I already bought clothes, I'm already wearing them, you should head to Mub's shop. I'll be over at Skyview Tower, so when you're ready to head out, just let me know.
Yeah.
Alright, Joshua, let's work on our final preparations for the tower, and I'll handle the travel point. Joshua, you're in charge of the switch. The switch? Okay, Doc, you can count on me. Let me get sidetracked real quick again, because I just remembered about the character profiles thing, because we saw the Purr one, and we have these other ones. So, Princess Zelda, the heir to a power that imprisons darkness. She sacrificed her freedom over 100 years ago to keep Calamity Ganon sealed away and to prevent him from further destroying Hyrule. After Link helped free her from that long duty, she committed herself to rebuilding and restoring Hyrule, but now has gone missing. Robbie, an engineer whose eccentric style adds a lot to his reputation as a wild genius. He once helped Link from his research facility at Akala Ancient Tech Lab. Since then, he's moved to Hateno Ancient Tech Lab to help Purr develop the Purr pad. Robbie thinks he did much of the work on the device, so he's a bit grumbly that it's not named after him. The Robbie Rune? Something? Raru, someone who... Is there a blood moon happening right now in the background? Well, here's our first blood moon. Peeking through the sky island, the Great Sky Island. The blood moon rises once again.
witness the blood moon's rise. When its red glow shines upon the land, the aimless spirits of slain monsters return to flesh. Just as they did in a war long past. The world is threatened once again.
Zelda, what the fuck is your deal? Like, she reminds me of something. I can't remember exactly what. But, like, character that, like, randomly appears and disappears throughout the story. Like, is, like, there's... Sidetrack, 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 sidetrack! Who needs to learn about Rauru when there's a fucking star fragment? Sidetrack. Omega sidetrack. Oh, it is so far away. Since apparently the game is passing in real time when I'm in the menu, I can't stop to read about Rauru. We just have to go. This is not helping. There's no slope. Come here, Keese. I need your eyeballs. Please. Do I stop to build myself a vehicle? We could, like, build ourselves a car and power it with a fan to go in a straight line. God, that is so far away. Tree! No! Tree! No! I don't have time for the tree right now! It's like I'm fucking playing Omori again. Omori never leaves. What is this? Dazzle Fruit. A fruit charged with a powerful light. Break it to unleash dazzling sparkles that blind any monsters nearby. A haunts. Hold on. We have a haunts now. There was a star fragment that I was gonna try and get when we were streaming Breath of the Wild Korok hunting. Oh, it's got the same music. And it disappeared, like, literally a second after I got there. So please do not disappear. Yes! Star fragment! A mysterious stone fragment that fell from the sky. Its gem-like quality makes it highly valuable. One theory is that it has the power to light up its environment. That is going to be very useful for later. Oh, it's like destroyed and held up with, like, sky parts. So something that I found out from watching other people is that if you go into bullet time... Not like that. That's me breaking my shield. If you go into bullet time... going into bullet time no longer takes stamina. It only takes stamina when you shoot or do an action. So you can just stay in bullet time. Which is fantastic. Alright, hold up. We got our beating sticks that we took from Hyrule. I love that these bokoblins have more health now. Take your stuff. Trying to shoot fire arrows at me? Why do I have a traveler's bow equipped? Give me my knight's bow. Was that everything? Oh, they got 2 chests here. Oh, no, here we go. Ooh! Bokobo. That we don't particularly need. We got Knight's Claymore. Let's get our stone axe. Need all those arrows. What do we got in here? Moblin Sledge, a long stick fashioned from a tree branch. Its straight shape makes it work well as a lunging weapon. And an amber. Don't mind if I do. Also, something I wasn't looking at, but I'm gonna do, is we need to... where is it? Aim with motion controls. Oh, it is enabled. Never mind. I didn't think it was. Oh, it doesn't go straight in the air really quickly like Magnesis does. But at least that still works. There's like nothing in there. Cool rock. Alright, well, our brand new friend, our temporary horse friend, is helping here. Remember when this was about talking to Purah? We're gonna be playing this game so much, but I almost want these sessions to be, like, longer than normal streams that I do. Because I'm gonna still want to play this game all the time. Like, I'm gonna get lost in this game like I did Breath of the Wild, and I cannot wait for that. You! The fuck do you mean tree? It's just a tree! Well, only one thing to do about that. So do we have access to the camera yet? I don't think so, because that would tell me the name of this enemy. Gotta let it burn to death. No, Chickaloo Tree Nut, we'll take that, but it dropped a Moblin Club? Or Sturdy Thick Stick. A solid stick cut from a crooked branch of a tough tree. It has a high durability despite the way it looks. Let us... I'm keeping this Board Guster because it looks funny. However, we're gonna have the Knights. So you can see Decayed Knight's Claymore. A Claymore now decayed, once carried by the Knights of Hyrule. It resonates with the desire to protect at all costs and can yield powerful attacks when you're down to your last heart. Hey, well, that's a nice game mechanic. It does more damage when you're low on health. However, I can fuse it with the log. Evermean is the name of that enemy. Evermean log. But I kind of want the Sturdy Thick Stick. But however... that seems a little better than that. I've lost my horse. There's my horse. So I've got an idea. What we need to do is amoeba size I'm gonna grab my actual amiibo for this one. The Smash Bros. Link. There we go. That's much better. Want to register a horse, you have to wait a little bit longer. If you register a wild horse as your own, you can call that horse a stable. Didn't have room to build something that fancy here. I didn't want to place. There's like Carson from Hudson Construction is planning to build a mini stable. Alright, well, Epona's just here now. We've summoned Epona. I'm hoping nothing bad happens to her, but we'll keep her here for now. Please do not be mad. We need to go find a stable. Also, where's this other thing that you're telling me to look at?
Oh.
Didn't greet you properly when you first arrived here, Link. I was just so relieved to see you. My name is Scorpus. I'm in charge with managing Lookout Landing. If you have any questions about the place, any at all, come right to me. I'll answer the best I can. Now, please allow me to open up the emergency shelter.
You.
Hey, it's me! Open up! For real? They built a secret tunnel underneath the fountain the whole time? This underground vault used to be an emergency shelter for the royal family. Now we're making constant use of it. Feel free to make yourself home and equip at our vault. Use any equipment you want. Huh! That's fucking awesome. Jaren! It's you! Jaren is Robbie's assistant. Hey, I know that face. Any face I know is the face of a friend. Please, Link, help yourself to anything in this shelter. It's all yours, to use as you see fit. But don't you dare go making a mess of this place and kicking up dust. I spend so much time cleaning in here, and it's still endless amounts of dust. Where does all the dust even come from anyway? This guy's name is Nappin. And he's sleeping. Nope, not going near chasms anymore. Nasty gloom, it's everywhere, making everyone sick, making me sick. Glad I ate that yellow plant stuff from the gloom specialist. Any more gloom and I'd be canoeing down the old Death River. Worked my tail off for Joshua. Kid runs circles around Pearl and Robbie. She loves research. Me, I'm sick to death of chasm research. At least I'm starting to feel better. I think I'll lie low and keep lying here.
Oh.
Link, right? Really are that Link guy, aren't you? I heard folks talking about you and your face matches the one on the poster. No, sorry. You wanted a bed? Yeah? You can go ahead and take whatever empty bed you like. Nappin's sleep talking is particularly audible here. That's a lot of sleep talking he just did. So you probably want a bed a little farther from him. His physical condition has been deteriorating ever since he investigated one of the chasms. That's despite how long he's been back. Which has been quite a while. He still hasn't made much of a recovery. The chasms?
Oh.
The Upheaval created massive openings across the land known as chasms. In fact, there's one nearby just beneath Hyrule Castle, and another south of Lookout Landing. If you go plumbing in the depths, you'll come across plenty of gloom. You touch that stuff, and your health will take a turn for the worse. Anyway, there's a young girl named Joshua who's been heading up investigations about the chasms. Despite her age, she's been leading the charge. Pretty remarkable, if you ask me. It's already morning. We don't need to sleep yet. Oh, there's a goddess statue down here, too? If you go 4, conquer the shrines, get the lights of blessing. So you're Link, huh? Some of the soldiers were telling me. As a simple man from Lurelin, I'm a bit starstruck. We don't see a lot of celebrities back home. I might ask the monster control crew if they can deal with the pirates in my village.
Oh.
Good morning, and thank you for your hard work, Link. I appreciate you taking the time to visit the Monster Control HQ. Recently, Purah asked that we suspend our involvement in the Zelda research into Princess Zelda. So we've resumed our primary mission to hunt down the monsters that have been running rampant since the Upheaval. All 3 squads are on expeditions at the moment. They've been sharing updates with us, though. Squads and expeditions. Haza Squad, Tauren Squad, and Flaxel's Squad of the Monster Control crew are all taking down monsters across Hyrule. I'm told that your skill in swords play is unmatched. If you ever stumble into our squads during your travels, please lend your legendary skills to our plight. Atmos. Oh, it's you, Link. Pardon me for being lost in my work here. This map tends to get all my attention. If you're interested in the different peoples of Hyrule and where they live, that's my entire field of study. When I'm out on a deployment with the Monster Control crew, I spend hours poring over our maps. As such, I'm the most knowledgeable in Lookout Landing and Hyrule's various peoples and towns. What about you? I work with the Monster Control crew. We're tasked with protecting everyone from monsters. There's been an uptick in their populations ever since the Upheaval. But I'm not really the most skilled in combat. So instead, I use my knowledge in areas to help determine where we should make deployments. Hyrule has 8 major places that its various peoples call home. Lookout Landing is located in central Hyrule. Northwest here is Rito Village in Hebra. Then there's Gerudo Town, that's located in the southwest in the Gerudo region. You'll find Goron City in the northeast in Eldin. Travel a bit farther east and you'll come across Terry Town in Akala. Terry Town, it's real. Not too far there is Izura's Domain. That's within the Lanayru region. Continuing southeast Hyrule, you'll come across a cluster of Hylian villages that are within an area called Necluda. Within that cluster, you'll find Kakariko Village, where the Sheikah live. I hear the village leader is quite lovely. If you're seeking a tranquil spot, Hateno Village is worth a visit. I also hear it's become Hyrule's center of fashion. Finally, there's Lurelin Village. It's a wonderful getaway destination. Many of the aforementioned towns and villages have been deeply affected by the Upheaval. If removing even a fraction of the monsters helps soothe the peoples of Hyrule, then that's what we'll do. There's been an increase in the number of unfamiliar monsters since the Upheaval as well. Be careful out there. Kossi. Hey, is that you, Link? It's been nosed down. I've been nosed down, and I don't know what's happened around me half the time. It's pretty involved, so I'm going to keep sitting here for a while I wrench on this. You might have heard when the Upheaval happened, all the weapons decayed. I've poured so much energy into trying to fix them, but it's no use. Yeah, just before the Upheaval, gloom began pouring out of the ground. It clung to the weapons, pulsing as if alive. We watched as the weapons rotted to pieces right before our eyes. It's pretty wild. I don't understand how it happened. At a time when Hyrule Castle can float, I've given up trying to make sense of most things. Oh yeah. In case nobody's mentioned yet, you're welcome to the weapons over there. Though they probably won't be much use since they're, you guessed it, decayed. Boko Reaper Traveler's Sword. Hey, are you new here? You may scoff, but I know a fresh face when I see one. I can say that because I'm a newcomer too. My name is Bermano, and they put me in charge of cooking for some reason. I want to say something fancy like, for today's menu, we have a fruit and mushroom mix that'll rev you right up. Yeah, I was really looking forward to saying that, but I'm plumb out of apples. I don't have any of the most important ingredients. Say goodbye to rich flavor, full flavor. Here we go, side quests. My nose is detecting an aroma. A sweet, tangy, pleasant aroma. Could it be? Do you have an apple? Wow, you're really generous. I'm giving you first crack at some grub. Hold on a sec. I'm calling it Burmano's Special Fruit and Mushroom Mix. Looks tasty, doesn't it? Fruit and mushroom mix. This dish contrasts the sweetness of fruit with the savoriness of the mushrooms. I like to make a big deal out of it, but anyone can make it. All you need is an apple, a mushroom, and a pot. You should try to make some. There's our first side quest. Wartsworth. Nice fucking chin, dude. Like that, none of that, only like a tiny bit of that is a goatee. You just have the fucking outward chin. It's the same Hyrulean script, and there's something so different from our modern language. Still have a lot to learn, Don't tell me, based on your stature, physique, and distinctive right arm, you must be Link. How do you know about it? Did Purr already tell everyone about my jacked arm? The arm that I use for jacking into stuff, like I can fuse things together and pull things together. You must be Link, am I right? Purr has told me so much about you. I'm Wartsworth. My research specialty is ancient Hyrulean. And by ancient Hyrulean, I don't mean the text found in the Ring Ruins, but something different. It's what we call the language used in the time of Hyrule's founding. Our modern language is built on that foundation. These books here are written in that ancient tongue. They look like gibberish to your average Hyrulean. Are you curious about ancient Hyrulean? I don't have anything to show you as things stand now, but I'm sure someday I have results posted and ready for all to see in the lab at Kakariko Village. Lab in Kakariko, you say? Zonai Survey Team's 3 big ideas. Surveying chasms. Large holes appeared all over the world after the upheaval. They release gloom and are known as chasms. Gloom is physically harmful to people. Direct contact should be avoided. If the effects of gloom are making you feel ill, evacuate from the chasm immediately. Before entering any chasm, be sure to ask permission from Joshua, the leader of the chasm survey team. Yes. Remnants of the Zonai civilization have started popping up all over. This calls for the Zonai survey team. Well, it should call for that, but instead they've got me hanging out here until further notice. I even spent loads of hours memorizing everything in the Zonai survey team book over there. Guess the best thing to do now is to stay on top of the news in each region, so I'm even more prepared when the call comes. Freezing temperatures bring feathery shivers to Rito. The Rito are all over the newspaper lately. They live out in the Heya region, if I recall. It's in the snowfields in the northwest of Hyrule. Some surveyors gross about going there because of how cold it is. But all they need to do is bring proper gear and supplies for cold resistance and go to the Rito Inn to sleep for a luxurious fluffy down bed. Ugh. I know it's important to be on standby here, but I wish they'd send me out on a survey already. They do have a whole newspaper. Chemo. Today, in the Lucky Clover's Gazette, mysterious shrines appear all over the world overnight. Shrines appear everywhere due to shifts caused by the upheaval. With Purra as their leader, the Zonai survey team begins thorough investigations the world over. I guess the paper's a little old. How long was I out? Also, I want to make note of something that people have said Link's hair is a bit longer in this game, but I don't think it is. Because Link has always had a ponytail. He's always had his hair in a ponytail because of how long it was in the back. That's where it went. He just doesn't have his ponytail now, so his hair is still probably the same length. Maybe a little longer, but probably still the same length. It's just that he doesn't have his ponytail anymore. Well, that was a nice detour. After everything is a nice detour. Lookout landing Skyview Tower. I put this here, and that goes there. No, that's not quite right. That should do it. Hey, Link. You all set? I just wrapped up here myself. The travel point is working fine now, or it will be once you do your part.
Hey!
We're ready, Joshua. Pull the switch.
Hey!
It's one way to do it. Oh, it's activating every other tower. So I'm assuming after the calamity it subsided, all of the Sheikah tech just went back into the ground, because the Sheikah tech only started showing up because of the Sheikah Slate and the calamity.
Oh!
So I guess after all that, all of it went back into the ground, so they had to build their own new towers. But now that Purah knows a bunch about Sheikah tech, and all that ancient stuff, she can just build her own. All the Skyview towers have now been activated.
Yeah!
Okay, Link, your turn. Go hold the Purah pad over that terminal. There we go. Finally, fast travel back here. Alright, the Skyview Tower is active on your map. That means you can use this travel point to get here at any time, instantly. The same is true for every Skyview Tower you add to your Purah pad. Impressive, right? But Skyview Towers are about more than just traveling quickly. Their primary function is to survey the area, or more simply put, to make a map. The Purah pad works with the Skyview Tower and scans the topography directly onto the map. Pretty great, The only thing is, you need a paraglider when you're scanning. It takes a lot of skill, and nobody here has what it takes. To be honest, that's why we haven't tested it out yet. We needed you. Which brings us to this! The paraglider! This item, given to you by Purah, lets you ride the wind and glide through the skies. Press X in midair to activate it. Oh, it took so long to get this. Right, it's showtime. Let's start with a test scan. Now it's time for our very first test launch. I mean, our first test. Just step over there onto the circle, and find me afterward, alright? I'll be observing from the research lab.
Yeah!
When the test scan is over, we'll have a final briefing on the search for Princess Zelda. And I'll also need to update your map with the places where the upheaval has wreaked the most havoc. Best of luck! Kinky. Plugs it into a USB-C cable. Wow. I mean, that's one way to do it. Oh, that didn't even get everything around Central Hyrule. It just got the top half of Central Hyrule. You can see everywhere where I died, though. Alright, cool. Paraglider. We can just go. I don't have stamina, though. So... Nice! Welcome back. That was some good gliding up there, Link. I expected nothing less. So, how did it go? Did you get a proper map scan? Good. That map is crucial to our search. There are Skyview towers in every region in the world. You want to make a point in visiting them all.
Yes.
Right. Let's talk about the upheaval. It's affected more than just the castle. Reports of other strange phenomena have been coming from all over Hyrule. Let's take a look at your map. The first report comes from Heya to the northwest. Next up is Eldon in the northeast, Gerudo reporting trouble in the southwest, and finally in the neighborhood to the east. Yeah, of course. Strange phenomena are connected to the 4 regions. I can't say for certain, but I've got the nagging suspicion that we might find more about Princess Zelda by looking into these phenomena. Hey, Doc, I don't know if this is helpful, but I heard something weird the other day. It was about someone who might have seen Princess Zelda at Rito Village over in Heya recently. That is pretty weird, yeah? Generally speaking, I don't put much stock into hearsay, but this does sound like it's worth looking into. Oh, and before I forget, Link, we asked the Lucky Clover Gazette to help us search for Princess Zelda. There's nobody who knows more about the goings-on in Hyrule than them. You can find them near the entrance to Rito Village. If you do go there, you should speak with the editor. I'm sure she could help out in some way, too. I'll be here, directing a variety of investigations into the upheaval's many chasms and new ruins. I'll also be looking into the different villages. Someone, somewhere, might know what happened to the princess.
Yeah.
I'm counting on you to check out the major phenomena that are troubling the regions in Hyrule, Link. You'll find Princess Zelda one way or another. I'm gonna take a screenshot of her. I gotta find goggles! No, come back.
Oh.
Sorry, I can't talk now. There's something I gotta discuss with goggles. Right away, our research into the chasms. Let's talk later. Well, you literally have a side quest. I'm going to follow you. Well, not anymore. I don't know. Robbie, you have anything? I wonder what that Joshua wants to talk to me about. Oh, she calls him Goggles. You know, and she's really young, but despite that, she was asked by Purah to research the chasms. She's a prodigy, you see. Puts the rest of us full-grown adults into shame with all she can do. Maybe she's discovered something that even my imagination couldn't conjure. Oh, it's you. You know, that Purah pad of yours may seem perfect, but it could be even more perfect. I just need to head back to the lab when Josh has got the depth investigation sorted out. Oh, come on, Goggles. Are you even listening to me? Oh, yes. Sorry, what were you saying? I was saying that I want to go investigate the depths. If you're not gonna listen to me, I'll just go jump into a chasm myself. If you won't listen to me, I'll go kill myself. No way, no how. You can't do that. The depths are far too vast for you to explore on your own. I've only just begun to look into them. I'd love to go gallivanting around down there too, but who knows what wonders are at the bottom of those chasms. And no matter how wondrous they may be, it's far too dangerous for you. I'm not about to allow our young prodigy to go wandering around somewhere so unknown, so foul. If anything were to happen to Purah's favorite student, it'd be the end for me. The end! But I need more on that figure. If we have more info on it, then it should help us better understand the depths. What figure? Oh, swordsman. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you out of the conversation. Joshua.
Yeah.
Let me get you up to speed. Our survey team brought back some artifacts from a journey into the depths. One of them caught my eye. This piece of slate, specifically the image depicted on it. See that figure standing on 2 legs with one arm raised up? Well, I have a theory. I think it should be evidence that a mysterious people once lived in the depths. That's why I want to go down there, so I can see if there are any depictions of this one. I want to see for myself. But Goggles says it's too dangerous and he won't let me go. Joshua, come on now. I'll tell you what, I'll go down there myself and see if I can find anything about the figure on that slate. And Link will join me! We'll start by looking for anything down there that resembles the figure on the slate. Assuming we find what we're looking for, we'll use your Parapad's camera to take a picture of it for Joshua. You don't know about the camera? It's one of Parapad's basic features. With the camera, you can capture nearby scenery as an image. One that's stored on your pad there. Sounds like you still have more to learn about the Parapad. Well then, I'll teach you how to take pictures once we're down there anyway. There will be lots of monsters in the depths, though, so I'll be counting on you to save me. Let's see, I guess we should enter the chasm south of Lookout Landing. I'll go on ahead once you're ready, and raring to go. Come find me there. Ta-ta! Wait, hang on. Looks like he's gone. I'm sorry I got you roped into all this, swordsman. Goggles means well. But when he wants to help me, he leaps before he looks. But here, maybe this will help you out at least. 10 bright bloom seeds. Oh, and take this too. 5 arrows. The caverns are pretty deep, so light from the surface doesn't make it down there. It's pitch black. You attach a bright bloom seed to an arrow and shoot it, you'll light up an area. Definitely useful trick down there. Okay, you'll want to head straight out of Lookout Landing's southern gate. You'll find the chasm used just outside. Goggles used just outside. I don't know too much about how your camera works, but I'm counting on you to bring me that picture. And please look after Goggles for me. We've got so many places to go. Josh's profile has been added. A young scientist whose genius earned her the role of heading up depth research. Joshua finds it thrilling to be working with Purah, and though she helps with various investigations into Princess Zelda's disappearance, she's glad to focus her time on the depths. Remember that time, like fucking 40 minutes ago, when I was trying to read this and got distracted? Raru, someone who shares the name with the first king of Hyrule. He claims the strange arm Link finds himself with was once his. Before he disappeared, leaving more questions than answers. He also said that he learned of Link's existence from Princess Zelda. Oh, this closes up afterwards. Okay, Epona's still here. Alright, we gotta go places. We're gonna finally make progress. So come with me, Epona. So, camera, or the map. Adventure log. Regional phenomena. There we go. So, the game wants us to go to Hebra first, which I was actually thinking about going to Hebra first anyway, because the giant tornado around Rito Village sounds very dangerous. When I first played Breath of the Wild, I had gone counterclockwise around the map with with Zora, Goron, Rito, and Gerudo being the path that I took. So I went all the way counterclockwise. I don't really know what we're gonna do in this game, but I think this might be our first plot destination. However, I really want to go to some other important places first, such as Kakariko, Hateno, Tarrytown, etc. So, I've also marked a bunch of shrines on the map, so we will go to those. But I also need to find a stable. Woodland or Highland stable. There should be a stable, if this right here... Actually, this might be Lake Hylia. Right here is Lake Hylia. So the Great Plateau is like over here, and the stable is like here. So we should probably go to a stable to register Epona. Bloopy! Take that, Bloopy. Give me all this. I have to press A on all of them instead of picking them up? Why? It also seems to be some sort of, well, Goblin dungeon. Opponents, stay right there. I'll be right back. There's another Horriblin. Hi! Pessary Greenbelt Cave. Oh, that was the challenge. It just killed 3 of them. Honestly, these caves around the place it reminds me a lot of Windcraft. Like the way these caves look and how they're structured. Spiky Spear. I really wanted to keep the Board Guster because of how funny it is, but we don't need it. And we have such a limited space for weapons right now that that's just taking up space. What is that? Sticky Lizard! The suction of its toes allows this lizard to easily cling to walls. It could be an asset for a climber on wet surfaces if it were mixed into an elixir. Let's get a boulder. I don't have that. This is my best thing. Can I... That's not gonna break this. This? Okay, this helps. Bubble Frog. I think I was saying the name of this thing wrong before. We also need to find out about this, so Satori Mountain is also another place we need to go. Made it in here? Hardy Truffle? Hardy Truffle. I miss playing Windcraft. I really wanted to go back when the massive new Windcraft update had come out somewhat recently. I really wanted to stream that, but I just never got around to it. Sticky Lizard. I slowly begin to unzip my lizard. Do you wish to continue, yes or no? Oh, yes, Bomb Flower. Here we go. So, chat, I need to show you something. We're going to take the Royal Guard Shield. Opponent's still here? Opponent's just wandering. I need to show you guys something. So, I watched a bit of the Small Ant video that was put out recently. If we take... Here, I'm... sort by most used. Bomb Flower. Drop the Bomb Flower. And fuse the Bomb Flower to our shield. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. What do you mean that's something that I can do? Isn't that so fucking awesome? Epona, come back. She got scared by the bomb. Isn't that fucking awesome? So we need to find more bomb flowers and stockpile bombs. Because holy shit, that is so cool. There's also another thing related to attaching something to a shield that I could have done on the Great Sky Island. We're probably not going to see it again for a long time, so probably other people will most definitely have discovered it by the time I go back and check that. But it's awesome. They set their sticks on fire. mind me, I'm just gonna take out your little camp. So we could teleport to the Sky Island and I could show you, but I'm not gonna go back there. I've heard a lot of people say they prefer the Great Sky Island to the Great Plateau as the tutorial area. I'm currently indifferent. I don't really know what I prefer. Hello, dear. Stop. Opponent, no. I don't really know what I prefer just yet. That's the thing that Robbie is at. However, I want to go some other places first. Double rainbow! Yo! What does it mean? What does it mean? Alright, that's, you know, a thing. We need to go... Like, all the way down here is where the stable is at. I just want to make sure Epona is, like, secured in our system. Hello? Oh, it's Wingo! It's this the whole thing. Is this Kaz? Or Haz? Yeah, it is Haz.
Hi.
Link, hello! Last time we met was at Hyrule Castle, if I remember, right? I'm Haz, captain of the squad... Captain of Squad 1 of the Monster Control Crew. After our search for Princess Zelda at Hyrule Castle, I returned to my monster fighting duties. At the moment, we're closing in on a monster stronghold up ahead. Once we approach their base, we will wait for the right opportunity and then launch our attack. I apologize if I'm being presumptuous, but running into you here feels like fate. I must say, nothing would be more encouraging than to have you, Hyrule's best swordsman, assist us. If we work together, I'm sure we could bring peace back to this land. Hell yeah, dude. Side adventures. Side quests and side adventures. This kind of reminds me of one of the outposts from Age of Clams. Alright, Epona, you better stay over here. Begin the attack! Go! Fuck him up, there's a moblin. Oh, this really is like Age of Calamity. It's literally fighting an outpost, and it has the boss bar and everything. Oh, there's a blue one. Hold up. Use my Bokoblin armed sword to fight this moblin. Alright, goodbye. Oh, and then it went back to being a Zonite sword. Oh, goodbye, Zonite sword. Traveler's shield. Moblin horn. A hard horn that resulted from a skull mutation. Attach it to a weapon to increase its attack power. This is fun. Victory is ours! Bravo, everyone!
Hi.
Link, I'm so grateful for everything you did for us. If you don't mind, could you come here for a moment? I have a feeling these guys are going to be very active considering blood moons happen very often. And they'll just come back. Just in case, no monster is a match for you. Just incredible! No monster is a match for you, eh, Link? Come to think of it, Link, I was told that you wield a special sword, one more magnificent than all the others. I don't mean to be rude, but your weapon doesn't seem all that different from ours. The one I heard about reveals its true power when wielded by someone worthy. Could that be it? Well, I'll be the first to admit when there's a gap in my knowledge. I'm so sorry. I nearly forgot something very important. 100 rupees! It's our part of the bounty given to the monster control crew, so please don't hesitate to accept it. We plan to head southeast after this. Fort Hateno in Decluta. We also need to go there. That was also in one of the trailers. If we get a chance to fight beside you again. May you fight with the goddess Hylia's divine protection, something. That's awesome. Bring peace to Decluta is the next one. I also just reminded myself of something. We need to check the map. We need to go back to Mabe Ruins. Which I'll just follow this. I still have the Pro HUD on. Okay. Fox, no. I will get to these shrines, I swear. We're gonna pass the, Joyson Shrine. We need to go back to Mabe Village Ruins for a moment. Because I found out about something there. From watching other people. I haven't looked at what's here, but I just know about it. So you know how in Lookout Landing, there's the well, and they say don't jump down the well, it's not finished or whatever? Apparently, like, it's like a landmark. Like, wells are a landmark. And I didn't realize it because of the depth here, but it goes down. Like, we can go down the well. So, what's down here? Well, these fish look nice. Glowing cave fish, a luminous fish that lives in dark caves. When consumed, its light enzyme can make anyone's body glow. Minecraft enchantments be like. Okay. We've also got a bunch of gems. Which is nice. I can't quite do anything about that up there. Unless I, like... No. I want to get this. But it's, like, hiding underneath the water. Now, when you think to yourself, how the hell am I gonna get out of here? We can just swoosh right out. Falling down a well is no problem for us, and now it's pouring. I was down in that cave for like 2 seconds, and now it's pouring. That's not Satori Mountain. I don't know what the hell's glowing over there, but there's something glowing over there. Oh, I guess the towers glow at night so people can find their way to the towers. That's nice. Also, I think there might be a Korok at Lon Lon Ranch that I missed. This Bloopy's back. Let's take advantage of the Bloopy being back and just getting as many rupees as possible for now. I remember seeing someone... there was like... Okay, no, not there. There was a Korok somewhere in a log, but I don't know where that log is. Oh, there's also a chest here that I missed. Just... Oh, I was gonna break it open, but it didn't break in one swing. 20 rupees. I just want to head to his stable. That's the main objective right now. And I also guess, getting the other tower to get the opposite end of Central Hyrule. There's another star fragment! I'm on the way! Ow! Ow! Is this one of those talus bases? Wait a moment. That's no. We're gonna steer clear from that for a moment. Cart. What's your deal? Well, let me talk to you. Cormus. Hello there. Oh my. I don't know how to say this properly, so I'll just come out and say it. You strike me as an extraordinary fellow. I should know. I was once a marvel of a man, strong as an ox, training hours a day to master the ways of war. When my life took a left turn, I ended up here, hawking my wares on the side of the road. Well, no matter how rusty my sword skills get, I'm still a good judge of people. That was probably more backstory than you wanted. Sorry about that. I suppose it just caught you your aura something. Now back to business. And I moved on to the merchant life. After all, I can assure you that I offer great prices. Hylian tomatoes. A fruit found widely from cold areas to warm climates, full of nutrition, and kind of trendy lately. Used in cooking to recover more hearts. I'll take all your tomatoes. Oil jar. Mild oil extracted from plant seeds. It's very versatile in cooking and can coax flavors from ingredients used in many dishes. It's also good for adding fuel to fire. I'm gonna take all of your oil jars. Speaking of oil, I have to show you something. Hold on. Speaking of oil. So I saw something last night. I will link it in chat, but look at this. Look at this, dude. Look at this art. This is fan art. This is not in the game. I wish it was in the game, but look at him. He definitely sells oil. In case you want that, there's the link. Lamp oil. Rope. Bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend. Anyway, there was stuff that happened. I don't know where the light is. Oh no. I will come back to all of this. All I want to do right now is reach a stable. And then we'll backtrack our way through. Now I'm running into so many people. Brigo. What's going on? Looking for someone to talk to? That's fine by me. Let's talk. Seems like a number of unusual ruins fell at Kakariko Village to the east. I'm going to investigate, but a traveler type like you might want to check it out. See the sights, that sort of thing. Dragon guy. We saw you in a trailer. We don't know what you are, but you drop dudes. I missed. I still have my Bokobo equipped. Alright, I guess we're going to that tower. Good. Oh, it died in one hit. You shooting my horse? Or was it a moblin? I didn't see you in the grass. Here, let me use my other shield. Now my other shield. Ow. I shot him in the head, so he's gone. Where'd the other guy go? Oh, there you are. Okay. What are you? Aracuda. This eyeball is constantly trying to focus on its targets. Cook it with a critter to make an elixir, or attach it to an arrow to grant it homing. Okay, so... a large, wide Aracuda wing. Arrows thrown, and weapons fly farther, with this item attached to it. Okay. So we got more homing stuff. I guess we will go over here. I know there was another oh, wait, I know exactly where I am. Okay, this is, Great Plateau's right over there. This is the... That's a lot of enemies. Hold on. There used to be a memory over here. We'll check the center of that in a moment. This also means that the stable should be close by. Oh wait, there's the star fragment. I found it. We're at Exchange Ruins. Wait, is this the Colosseum? Did that star fragment really land on the Colosseum? I'm a bit scared, to say the least. See something over there. Wait a second. Wait a second. That's a fucking Gleeok. That's a fucking Gleeok. So we know about Gleeoks. Maybe Gleeoks replaced Lynels. Because there used to be a Lynel here. I think a Gleeok is a lot more terrifying. Especially a lightning Gleeok. In the rain. I've still got Swoos equipped. Can we, like... It's right there! What do you mean it's right there? Excuse me, I just want the star fragment, dude! I just want the star fragment! There's no way I'm getting that star fragment. There's absolutely no way we are getting that star fragment. There is no way. Can I see if I can, like, swoosh Epona through? Or something? Oh god, it's a thunderstorm now. So I'm gonna fucking die. It pushed me off Epona! Epona, no! Gleeok, no! No, 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 no. Can we get the phantom armor? Is the phantom armor here? Epona, I'm sorry! Epona... Star fragment. Save. We got the star fragment. This is such a bad idea. I just want Epona to be my horse. I need to bring her to his stable. Oh. Well, it's not thunderstorming anymore. Don't look at me. 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 Epona. 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 Epona, I'm trying to save you. Epona. Epona! Okay. Epona! Come back! I can't recall her. I'm trying to save you! Mount! No! Yes! Okay. Epona! Mush! Wow. You want to know what I hate? All of that. Now, there's probably some Koroks around here, but we'll get them when we get them. Opponent, please. It's okay. You're okay, girl. You're okay. Epona. Epona, I understand you're starstruck at the moment. But everything's fine. We've had so many adventures together, you and I. There's a Wizrobe. Okay, let's get this tower. So that way we can find where the stable is. The stable should be somewhere over there. But we will get the tower. And then we'll start doing the shrines. There's not really a good way up here. Purah, why did you build this here? Why did you build this here? Nothing? If I still had that bomb flower, I might have been able to bomb jump up here. Oh, they want me to go from... I see. Alright, well, we'll climb up this. May as well make use of these weapons while I've got them. Sturdy wooden stick. It's no longer a Boko club. You're, not really... It's not really working out for you, huh? Alright, you know what? I've got a grand idea, you know? Wow, look at how easy that is. What do you mean? Where the fuck did I die from? So how did I die? Oh, that's how I died! Hold on. Why did you build... Pearl, why did you build this tower here? Directly on top of a goblin camp. Why did you do that? Hyrule Field Skyview Tower. Can I get in? Open. Oh my god. There we go. Surface map updated. We can now see the Great Plateau. Oh, there's a thing by where the bomb shrine used to be. So I didn't mention this yet, but I think these chasms are this game's dungeons. And a bunch of people were like super hyped to see dungeons return, even though they were technically in Breath of the Wild. They were called shrines and divine beasts. Well, we're gonna land back down here. Technically, hold on, did this move? Because the Great Plateau is there. The stable should be right over there, down this path where the Great Plateau is. But this Coliseum seems closer than it used to be. I don't know if I see any chests here. I think we can just get the hell out of Dodge.